Speaking of, well, they're not quite big yet, but I have a feeling in like a year that they will be. The last really interview I had was, Bryce Beckley from Hardest, and it was the day after my birthday. So I got a great birthday present, and it totally made up for dropping my cake earlier in the day. And of course, like them personally. How did you get to know about them, and what are they like in person? Because I've only spoken to Bryce over the phone.
I've never actually met Hardest, but I did offer for them to sleep on my couch if they come over to Australia, and they are seriously considering it, which is pretty cool. But I think I just covered one of their songs, and they gave me a shout out, and then they just started talking to me, and so I've talked to Bryce about the music industry and whether what he thinks about getting signed versus not getting signed, and like the benefits and like the pros and cons of both. And you're a big deal when big musicians are like tweeting at you. I mean, it's just Twitter, whatever, but like to somebody in the music industry, that's a big deal. I mean, like Tyler Carter tweeted me the other day, and like it's crazy where this little YouTube thing has gotten me.
And YouTube is sort of the best thing and the worst thing to happen in the world. It's the best thing because people like you and other YouTube celebrities like Smosh, I mean, they got pretty big. Yeah. William Ray Johnson, they're able to do things that without the internet they never had the chance to do. But it's also a bad thing because, I mean, and then like Generation Hate covered it so well. I mean, people just like say very just insensitive and hurtful things to each other over like the content that they made, and of course it's like you have probably dealt with a few of those. How does it feel when you get, and try to keep this radio appropriate because I really like going to school here, how do you feel when you get that hurtful, just mean comment from some user? I mean, how does that make you feel?
Well, I think the hardest thing when it comes to YouTube is that you do have to deal with people saying, "Oh, you're a faggot," or like you've read some of the comments, I'm sure.
Yeah, and they're like,
they're all out there.
Yeah, not cool. I mean, it's just like, wow, people just say really mean stuff. I mean, it's like, is it something that you just kind of tune out, and it's like it comes with the territory, or does it personally affect you a little bit?
Well, at first when I started YouTube, because not that many people knew who I was, the hurtful comments did kind of get to me, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to do this if this is how this is going to be, because obviously as a girl I get more criticism because I'm not one of the guys, and I'm not as good as the guys. But over time, like with the many people that now watch my videos, it's changed, because now YouTube, through those hurtful comments, they've given me more confidence. And the people that watch my videos, they're so supportive of me that, like, I don't even see those comments anymore, if you know what I mean. Like, they're there, but I don't, like, pay attention to them. They're just kind of, like, whatever. Like, they get thrown out the window, because the people that are saying that stuff, they're insecure, and they need an outlet, and they know that nobody can confront them face to face and really stand up for themselves. So they just kind of express that through, like, stupid comments that are worthless, really. Unless
you decide to reenact the end of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Have you seen the end? Have you seen that movie?
I haven't.
Basically, at the end of Jay. Okay, here's a basic rundown for you. Jay and Silent Bob are like, it's Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. I mean, everybody knows who those two are. They're the Clerks guys. There's this Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, which is kind of a sequel, sorta, not really, to Clerks, where they were like the inspiration of this comic book superhero, and it's getting made into a movie, and they heard about like all of these like horrible things that they're saying, so now because of that they're trying to get Hollywood to stop making it, and eventually they realize whether they make it or not, I mean, it's gonna happen. And I think that the best part of the movie is at the way end is like, how many times have I tell you there's nothing you can do about that? Well, short of going to other houses and beating the crap out of them. And then at the end of the movie, they track down every single negative commenter and just beat them down. I mean, it is just awesome.
That's intense.
That's intense. I mean, it's like, do you know how many musicians and actors dream about being able to do that? And it's just...
Seriously.
I got to take a break. I'm laughing too hard. We got some Hailstorm coming up. Ms. Hyde off of The Strange Case of. Won a Grammy for Love Bites. We might throw that one in later. Don't go anywhere.